Right, my name's Tim Harrison. I'm the minister of this church and also a church in Barton Street, Methodist Churches.
Well, I'm married a serviceman. We've been all around the world now. We are now going to do a trip around Iceland. And that's it, really. I've got 3 children and 5 grandchildren. I do.
I do believe in afterlife, yes.
I don't believe in like the sort of usual religious beliefs that there'll be some kind of paradise where, you know, God comes and judges people and then we live in a paradise, because as human beings we exist to learn things. We have to experience suffering, and the only way that we can exist as humans is to experience that. And if we live in a paradise, then I don't think we can be humans.
Well, obviously it's just going to be the spirit, and I think you go into limbo to start with, and then you move up layers and everything.
My beliefs come from my Christian faith, so I do believe that we, in some form, we will have a life after this one. The first dead person I ever saw was my grandfather, and my father was doing the funeral, and I'd never seen a dead person before. But when I saw him in the coffin, I thought, his body's there, but he isn't. The personality was missing. And that, in a sense, strengthened my faith. I've always believed in life after death, but I thought to myself, well, he's not there.
Why do I think that? I've studied religions. I'm really interested in history and things like that, and ancient civilizations and the practices that they used to do to connect to spirituality.
I know for a fact that there is an afterlife. My sister is psychic, and when people have died, she has actually seen them. Our neighbour next door died, and she saw her in the garden. She communicates sometimes with my niece's son, who committed suicide, and he is in limbo at the moment. So yes, there definitely is an afterlife.
It seems to me, I mean, the man I talk to, it seems to send people back with a renewed purpose, that their lives have a purpose. And the people that I've talked to, it seems to focus that. I mean, for this person in particular, who is a person of faith, it kind of strengthened his faith. He kind of came back and was more committed to his Christian faith. I haven't had a near-death experience personally, no, but I have talked to people and I have heard stories of people who have had near-death experiences. One of the members of the church I had, he had a sort of near-death experience where he was in a hospital and he felt he went through this kind of tunnel and saw light, and felt that he was sent back, that it wasn't his time yet, and he told me about that.
Once when I jumped off a cliff and I fell and almost hit my head on a rock, and then fell into the water, and I couldn't move because of all the adrenaline, and I couldn't get to the top of the water, and I couldn't swim, and it was so scary, and I felt like it was I nearly died, but I got to the top eventually. Yeah, slightly, because the fear of the unknown is a common thing for humans to share and be afraid of, definitely. But there is a comfort in it as well, and I think there's a lot of beauty in death, and the start of things and the end of things is part of everything. Everything begins and ends, everything corrodes, everything starts and ceases to exist. I think there's something beautiful in that, even though it's scary, do you know what I mean?
It's natural to be scared of death. Actually, I wouldn't say I'm scared of death. I think sometimes I'm more frightened of how I might die.
Wherever you go when you die, you don't take anything with you other than what you've given to other people, and that's your legacy on this earth, is your experience and what you've shared. So I think that's more important than knowing what's actually next, do you know what I mean? But I've got a strong positive belief that no matter what happens, it's going to be good.